How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Bengals 49ers. 4:25 start time. Two teams vying for playoff spots. Two teams sitting in wild card spots. And two teams that are really going to go into this game where I think it very well could be dictated, which later in the year tends to happen, could be dictated by this injury report. Bengals going in banged up. Logan Wilson missing or leaving last week's game. You had Chidobe Awuzie injured last week. Two big cogs in his Bengals defense. You talk about a Bengals offensive line, had some missing pieces last week. We've seen what happened when it was missing those pieces. Joe Mixon struggled to run the football. The Bengals struggled to run the football. They struggled to protect Joe Burrow. And I tell you what, you go up against a Chargers team that has struggled to stop the run all season. And you can't run against them. You go in and play San Francisco, a team that can get to the quarterback, a team that is much better defensively, banged up again offensively. It's going to be a long day for Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow back there. But you can never count out this Cincinnati Bengals offense, who, by the way, were down 24-0 last week. Defense made big stops. Bengals came all the way back down 24-22, fumbled the football away, and ended up losing the game by a wide margin after being in position really to take the lead. You look at the San Francisco 49ers, who have had all but the issues in the world with the division this year. You get past the division, the 49ers have played some good football. They've lost twice to Seattle. They've lost twice to Arizona now. They're a 6-6 team. Deebo Samuel. We hear a lot about this guy. Groin injury. They say he misses how much time? He didn't play last week, and all of a sudden, Kyle Shanahan and the boys remembered, hey, we got a really good tight end over here. George Kittle went off. Concerned for the Bengals? Absolutely. We just talked about two guys in that secondary could potentially not be showing up. George Kittle gonna feast in the middle of that football field. You best believe it. San Francisco, a team that would love to run this football, I bet, 25 times with Eli Mitchell if they could. A game where I think you look and say the turnover battle is going to dictate this football game if you're the Cincinnati Bengals. A team, again, where the injuries are so important. You cannot afford to turn the football over against San Francisco. You don't turn the football over, you beat the 49ers. It's been that simple. But it's been that simple because when you turn the football over, you allow this team to get the lead and you allow them to play their game. You allow them to go out there, pound the rock. They do a pretty good job of it. Got to be careful if you're the Bengals there. And I'm concerned. I am concerned if you're the Bengals here because prove yourselves. They've proved themselves all year, but what they continue to prove as well is we see these wide receivers drop passes. We see them deflect passes. We see bad interceptions that aren't exactly Joe Burrow's fault because the wide receivers can't catch. And now if you see holes in the offensive line, you're going to see Burrow banged up, by the way, got that bad finger. How are they going to play? There's a lot of question marks for me for these Bengals. I feel like it could be a matchup nightmare. I feel like it is a matchup nightmare if Deebo Samuel plays. This guy can run the ball out of the backfield. He can catch out of the backfield. Premier wide receiver. He's going to be all over the place. He's going to be a tough guy for the Bengals to stop. And I think he is the edge for the San Francisco 49ers if he does play. Bengals got to stay out of their own way if they want to win this football game. It's just that simple. You look at the games they've lost this season. Again, last week to the Chargers. Jamar Chase had a 70-yard touchdown. What happened? In and out of his hands. He can't catch it. Falls into the defensive player's hands, interception. It's been plays like that this year that has cost the Bengals football games this season. It is still a team, though, that's seeing T. Higgins Burrow chemistry really start to gel. T. Higgins is really starting to play some good football, starting to make those contested catches, make them big catches. You already got Jamar Chase to worry about as well. Bengals going to be tough to stop outside. San Francisco will allow those wide receivers out wide to work. Can the Bengals put themselves in favorable positions, though, in third and shorts, them second and shorts, get the run game going to go out there and make those guys, or allow those guys to make plays? I'm worried about that because, again, Burrow injured, offensive line shakeup. San Francisco can get to that quarterback. You got to be careful. We'll see it. They play a clean football game. I think they got a good chance to win this football game, but I want to see it. I do. As a Bengals fan, I'm not too sold on this game. I feel Bengals play a clean football game. Deebo Samuel doesn't play. I think Bengals got a really good chance of winning this one. That stuff needs to happen, though. San Francisco goes into this game. I think they're in a more must-win situation. Bengals one game out of the division. Marlon Humphrey's down. Peter's gone. Baltimore's more than capable of losing some more football games. San Francisco's sitting in third place in their division. They have to take a wild card spot. This is a game San Francisco has to win. I think they go into this game playing hungry. I think the Bengals got to be careful. I tell you what, I don't say this very often, and I apologize, San Francisco fans, in advance. Bengals are undefeated when we predict them to lose this season. I'll just throw it out there. I haven't lost a game all year. San Francisco 27, Bengals 24. Prove it. I need a prove it game. I think this is a game for the Bengals. Both teams, really. You win this football game, and the momentum may very well, or probably won't carry them into playoffs. You lose this football game, and you're going to start jostling around, maybe pressing the panic button, especially for the Bengals. That's both teams, really. Again, both teams 6-7, 7-6 in a tough AFC race. 6-7 period this late in the season ain't good. We'll see what happens. Love you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.